What's going on, guys? GameStone here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Detroit Pistons on Halloween night in LA. And as you can see in the bottom right, we can see that the Lakers totally demolished the Detroit Pistons, obviously winning by 20 points. 113-93 was your final score. I just want to say this one thing before I get into anything. It was a perfect game in my eyes. This is a situation that you want to see if you're a Laker fan. Everybody getting touches. I think 7 players were in double figures tonight. The ball moving around constantly. So it was just a beautiful sight to see watching. Just as a Laker fan, obviously seeing them on a 2-game losing streak, choking to the Raptors and falling in Utah. And I even said in the last video, they should come out with energy and firepower because, they had a few days off and they're able to get their energy back, their stamina, and their mindset was in the right place, obviously, to take down this Pistons team who actually defeated the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Clippers earlier. So they're a good team. They're not bad. I think it was a great performance. I think the Pistons were just tired out. I mean, when you're on a long road trip, it's kind of hard to just capitalize on this game. You saw it against Utah. The Lakers couldn't do anything. But, just an impressive win overall for the Lakers. I'm going to start off by talking about the Detroit Pistons. Andre Drummond had a lot of offensive rebounds. He caused a lot of second chance points for the Detroit Pistons early on in the game, but didn't have the most impactful game. 10 points, 12 rebounds. So he didn't do much, but he's still 100. I mean, those are his averages for the season, but it just was not enough to beat this fired-up Laker team. Pretty much other than that, I mean, Reggie Jackson played pretty good. I saw him get a little heated up in the second half. I was a little bit nervous just for a split second, thinking that maybe Jackson would carry this Pistons team back in it. Tobias Harris, obviously, with the 18 points, he got a technical foul, and I think that kind of just set the tone for the Pistons. The Lakers never looked back, and that's something you want to see out of a young guy, a young team. When you're up, you don't want to look back. You don't want to choke the lead, and that's what I see progress for this Laker team. Nothing else much for the Pistons. They're just, I don't know what to say about them. They shot 30% from the 3 and 44% from the field goal percentage. The Lakers played great defense early on. And it's really showing that the Lakers are playing great defense. They're ranked number 12 this year. I don't know where their rank is now, but that was the rank when they were playing Utah. So you could see they're making improvements defensively. And now I'm going to talk about the Lakers. Their offense was just clicking tonight. Everybody was scoring. We shot almost 50% from the field and 46% from the 3. That's just the perfect situation that the Lakers could be in. It just shows that the Lakers are capable of that. I don't think it's going to keep up. I don't think they're going to shoot 50% and 46% from 3 consistently. They're going to have those down games, which obviously we've seen in the past. But it's just nice to see it every now and then. I mean, even Bogut scored 4 points. He's scoring. The ball was just moving around a lot. We had 30 assists this game as opposed to last game against Utah. I think they had 17. It really made a difference in this game. The ball constantly moving around, not forcing any shots. Kuzma was good, 4 of 4 from 3. Lonzo 1 of 3. Caldwell 2 of 5. Lopez was our worst shooter, but he still didn't shoot that bad, 2 of 6. So when you just take a look at that, I mean, what kind of night it was for the Lakers. When the Lakers can click on offense, they're a very hard team to beat because we all know how good defense they've been playing. I mean, you can't really talk bad about the Pistons. They've beaten probably the best team in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors. They've been the Clipper team who's shown a promise, probably better team than as opposed to when they had Chris Paul maybe. So despite the Pistons taking down these teams, the Lakers were able to just take over and not look back. I was very impressed with Brandon Ingram. I noticed how good defensively he was. He had 4 steals early on. I think that set the tone. It kind of got everybody else pumped up. Obviously, Larry Nance with 3. So we had 9 steals as a team collectively. So it's a great team effort. The bench, they came out with firepower too. I mean, Kuzma, he had 16 points. Randall, coming off the bench, scoring 70 points, 7 rebounds, And he only did that in 17 minutes. So very efficient scoring by Randle. The time he's out there, he's just doing very efficiently. So I think Luke Walton needs to look into giving more minutes to him. And I absolutely love the fact how Luke Walton gave minutes to Brandon Ingram in the fourth quarter. I don't think Lonzo played in the fourth quarter, which is okay because, I mean, you don't need to play your starters technically when you're up by that much. So Ingram was enough, obviously, with Randle. Larry Nance, he had a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. I did not see any mid-range from Larry Nance whatsoever. He was just doing his thing, grabbing boards, laying it up, and doing things like that. With the Laker performance, Caldwell Pope, 13 points, Lonzo, 13. I mean, Lonzo, he had a very aggressive game. I think that was a good thing. They drove in all night long. They did not stop doing that. They didn't settle for the three. They were not scared of driving in. And, when you're attacking the paint with center like Andre Drummond, you got to give props to the Lakers. They played great today. I can't talk bad about the Lakers because, honestly, this game went very quickly. It was just a great game. Perfect game. In my opinion, this is a perfect scenario for the Lakers. Playing great defense and everyone scoring efficiently, not somebody ball dominant. It's a beautiful sight to see Lonzo created that and spread around the facilitating. And other players want to get involved and make good passes as well. So that's what Lonzo did. It's just everybody played efficiently. No one really played bad. We had 5 blocks. And we out-rebounded them by 9, which is another key reason why we won. Despite them having Andre Drummond, we still out-rebounded them. A little sloppy early in the first quarter, but it's all good. We ended up with 9 more rebounds with them than them, so that was very crucial. Probably the most crucial thing, in my opinion, that happened in this game that the Lakers did, but not last game, was that the Lakers did not foul when defending. You notice that the Detroit Pistons, I think they only had like 3 free throws. Yeah, the first free throw came late in the fourth quarter when Reggie Jackson shot it, and 2 of them came in when it was just garbage time. So when you're talking about shooting free throws, you're talking about slowing down the game. You're talking about scoring points. They're 3 points, so it's a big deal. I mean, the Lakers, they shot 14 free throws, made 11, as opposed to the Detroit Pistons only making 1 of 3. They're just able to play great defense without fouling, and that's something you want to see out of a young team. Luke Walton emphasized that a lot. We need to play defense without fouling, and that's something that the Lakers did tonight. I don't see it often, but I'm glad that I saw it tonight. Shows promise for the future, and I'm just very happy with the performance. I can't say that enough. I was just watching the game, and I had no complaints. I couldn't think of anything, though Brook Lopez did take quite a bit of threes in the first quarter, but he was open for all of them, so I can't complain about that whatsoever. Brandon Ingram was very aggressive. He made his three-pointer, he made his mid-range, and he drove in. So it's showing he just had a very balanced game. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. He kind of just did it all for the Lakers. It's just, I don't know, like, us Laker fans were really scared of Brandon Ingram not playing better this season after what we saw in the first game, and we're all judging. Well, I wasn't, but, there are those fans when they're just demanding a lot, and it's not going to happen overnight. I'm glad that the Lakers played like this tonight, kind of shut those haters up, but overall, I'm just happy with the effort. I don't know who next game is against. I think they're playing the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, they're playing the Portland Trailblazers on the road. I'm just going to tell you this right now. I don't expect them to win. Portland is a very hard place to play in. They do have a day of rest, though. So we'll see what happens. I'm just so happy, okay? Like, they just played great. This is probably the first game in a long, long time that I'm going like, okay, that team is real. Besides that, enough. I have to complain about when Brandon Ingram has 13, Larry Nance with 14, Caldwell Pope 13, Lonzo 13, Kuzma 16, Randall 17, Clarkson with 10. there's nothing to complain about. This is just pretty much a praising video for the Lakers, honestly. Like, they played very good. And as for the Detroit Pistons, you know, they didn't play necessarily bad. They're just exhausted. They came off 2 wins against Golden State and the Clippers, two great Western Conference teams who have a lot of firepower. And they're going into this Laker game all tired, exhausted, wanting to go back to Detroit. And they're facing a Laker team that has had a few days off already after that Utah loss. So, we kind of expected this. But we did not expect that the Lakers would play this good. I mean, 113 points. I don't know. That might be that's not a season high in points because I remember Phoenix. But we played great defense. We had 14 turnovers and they had 13, but we are able to capitalize on those turnovers, something they did not do. I remember we turned the ball over a little bit in that third quarter, but they were not able to capitalize. You saw Tobias Harris missing three after three after three, and then obviously he still got a couple, but for the most part, he missed it. He shot 2 of 7 from 3. It was just not a good night for any of the Detroit Piston players. I mean, Reggie Jackson and Tobias Harris had an okay game, but when you're talking about Avery Bradley, he shot 4 of 17. Not going to happen against this Laker team who's all fired up, ready to go. You need to have offensive firepower against this Laker defense. It sounds really weird because the Lakers obviously have not done good in defense in the past few seasons that we recall. But Luke Walton and the staff has done a very good job of making them a defensive mindset team. They're going to compete with any team, no matter who it is. If you can play good defense, you can compete with any team, just like the Utah Jazz. Detroit's a great defensive team, actually. I was watching the game, and there's a stat line I saw where the Detroit Pistons have the most steals in the NBA this season. So it's not like they're a joke on defense. They're a great defensive team. They've showed it. Andre Drummond down low, can get blocks, can rebound the ball. Tobias Harris, a good defender. Reggie Jackson is a good defender. Avery Bradley is a great defender. So when you're taking a look at the defensive pieces they have, I'm just very impressed that the Lakers' offense did not get shut down. Sure, the Pistons got tired, but when you have a top-tier defense, in my opinion, and the Lakers score 113 points on you and beat you by 20 points, it's just very exciting as a Laker fan. It's an exciting time. I want to see if they can win in Portland. Now, if they can win in Portland, I'm just going to be really happy. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, usually I have something bad to say about the Lakers, some flaws. It was just a perfect night for the Lakers. They shot 12 of 26 from threes. If anything, I want to see them lessen their turnovers, but at the same time, they had 14. At today's NBA, usually you have teams averaging more than that. So I'm okay. I mean, sure, you could lower. There's always something you can improve on. I just want to see consistency in the Lakers. I want to see them have less turnovers. And just in general, I just want to see everyone keep on attacking no matter how the game is going. So yeah, that's it for this video. Drop a like on this video if you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below on what you guys' thoughts were. If you're a Pistons fan, how did you feel? If you're a Laker fan, how do you feel? And subscribe for more content. Alright guys, see you guys later. Peace out.